The number one question I get from people when they first start out at the gym is, why can't I feel my muscles working? I'm doing exercises, I feel like my form is correct, but I just don't feel that mind to muscle connection that tells me a muscle is working. There are quite a few simple fixes for this. I'm gonna go through those in this video today. And at the end, I'm gonna give you an overall recommendation that's gonna make the absolute biggest difference to your mind muscle connection. My first piece of advice, and a piece of advice I really wanna give to a lot of beginners, is lower the weight. Often when people start out at the gym, they develop this ego quite early on. They start thinking, I train now, I can lift heavy weight. In reality, it takes a long time to be able to lift heavy weight with a good mind-muscle connection. The best thing you can do is drop the weight and focus on step 2, which is prioritizing perfect form. Especially if you're a beginner, the most important thing you can do is focus on getting the form right. Typically, most exercises are designed in a way to feel the muscle working and train a specific muscle a certain way. Therefore, if you're not feeling it, oftentimes it's because the form is breaking down and not being executed correctly. A perfect example of this is machines. Machines are created, at least good ones, to fit a certain strength curve. And if you're using a machine and not feeling it, it's often because you're using the machine incorrectly. A lot of science and research has gone into creating these exercises, these machines, to train a muscle group a certain way most effectively. So if you're really not feeling it, drop the weight, focus on form, get someone like a personal trainer or a coach to review your form, and go from there. But what about if your form is perfect and you're still just not feeling it? You're doing an exercise perfectly, you've had someone review it, but still, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you just can't feel the right muscle groups working. Well, that's when it's time for tip number 3. Change up your exercises. Whether we like it or not, all humans are genetically not designed the exact same way, where one exercise might feel fantastic for one person, another person might hate it. For example, myself, I don't really feel bent over dumbbell flies. I feel my rhomboids and my upper back taking over. I've got quite a strong upper back. But if I do something like a face pull or a shrug, I feel that exceptionally well. So if you drop the weight, got your form correct, and you still don't feel it, don't be afraid to experiment a little bit. Nothing wrong with a little bit of experimentation. My 4th tip for you is to add intensity techniques. Oftentimes people don't feel muscle groups working because they're quitting before the point of near failure. For small muscle groups like biceps, triceps, shoulders, it's often not until the very last few reps that you start to feel that lactic acid buildup and start to feel the muscle working. So if you're not getting to that failure point, add a couple of intensity techniques, they'll get you there. We've got things like double up sets, supersets, burn off sets. 2-second contractions is a really good one for mind muscle connection. My favorite intensity technique, and this is sort of tip number 5, is when you focus on the squeeze through a technique like 2-second contractions. Here, instead of rushing your way through the reps, you pause at the top of the rep and the bottom of the rep, squeezing at the bottom of the rep and letting your muscle stretch out at the top of the rep. This is really going to accentuate the stretch on the muscle and the squeeze on the muscle and force as much blood into the muscle and hopefully link your mind-muscle connection. When your muscles are full of blood, burning, full of lactic acid, you should feel them pretty quick. My final tip, and most important for absolutely everyone who's struggling to feel their muscles work, you're gonna hate me for this, you've got to give it time. Training at the gym is a long-term lifestyle change, right? You can't expect your body to adapt to new stimuli and start feeling your muscles working if you've been untrained for your entire life. Take me, for example. My back is one of my strongest muscle groups. It probably took me 6 to 12 months before I ever even felt my lats start to contract. Good things take time, but we're in it for the long run, right? We're not working out just to get in shape really quickly and then fall out of shape. We're committing to this long term. And if we're committing to it long term, you're gonna need someone to show you the ropes. That's where I come in. You got some value from this video, hit subscribe. I make a video like this pretty much every day. I'll see you in the next one.